But it's a particularly bad time for TV. The medium has had to apologise to the Queen, has had to apologise to the public on many occasions. Fraudulent phone-ins, fake competitions, falsely edited documentaries, BBC short of money and making job cuts. Is television in crisis?
No, I don't think so at all. There are faults, but it's far more... It's so hard to have an intelligent debate about this stuff anyway. It's like, especially the phone line stuff, there are faults, but it's much more interesting than fraud. It's much more fascinating how endemic that became and how everyone knew, viewers and programme makers alike, were complicit in what happened. It's a fascinating process of what happened. It's like we knew. I knew what was going on with those phone lines. I think a lot of people phoning in knew.
Did you though? Because you see, most people now say if we'd had any idea that we weren't voting
But they do.
properly,
I think there's a very sophisticated level on which people watch television. They're watching a live show and they're sitting there going, "That's not live." And then, they're part of the game. And you can still imagine that you can phone in. I mean, there was fraud then when they were claiming to be live, but you think, well, the phone line is still active. You can still enter a competition, even on a pre-recorded show, which sometimes is possible. It's very complicated. It's not as simple as sort of saying television evil, viewers stupid. But the whole situation is very mixed up and woven into where television's heading and where it's going. So these simple headlines of bad people, and I think simple headlines that are being written within the BBC as well, is shameful at the moment, actually. I think the way we're dealing with it is as bad as the problem itself.
Well, within the BBC, staff are being sent on a course to tell them how to tell the truth.
Am I?
You may get the email. Yeah.
I'd love it. It's like, but there's no... Oh, you can't even talk about this stuff as though it's real, as though it's a genuine workplace problem. It's like you take the moral high ground, you take the moral low ground. It's like, frankly, I think if you look at like a researcher on Blue Peter who makes a mistake on a live transmission, I think what they did was very, very clever. You're not allowed to say that. That's like a forbidden sentence. It's like, they were brilliant. If you've ever worked on a live show, that's hard work. It's pure adrenaline, and some very quick thinking was made there. It was the wrong decision. Everyone makes the wrong decision under pressure. That's entirely allowable. But we're not allowed to say this.
So it's clever to come up with a fake guest.
Brilliant. Live, when the clock is ticking and someone is shouting in your ear, saying, "We have got 5 minutes left on screen, we've got no winner, we've got nothing to fill with. There's a kid, you're the winner." Brilliant. Promote that person, I say. I'm not saying these mistakes shouldn't have happened, but the way we talk about them, like Victorian nannies, and none of these conversations actually blames the whole system, the people who set the whole structures in place. I'd also say that person on the studio floor who makes a mistake is underpaid and overworked and would probably be sitting in the office till midnight that night to get the next show ready. It's like, no wonder mistakes are made.